Hello! This tutorial will be called Broken Glass. First I take a lid of an old plastic container and we'll cut it up into little pieces. The little pieces will be representing pieces of a glass, because you don't want to use real glass because that's dangerous, because it's very sharp and can inflict real wounds. We don't want that. We want fake wounds. Once I'm happy with the amount of pieces of plastic, I will set it aside, and I will be using synwax for this look from Mehron, some Vasaline, and spatulas, and of course my fingers. I'll clean my skin with a baby wipe and an alcohol pad so the synwax will stick better. The synwax, I will scoop a few blobs out of the jar because I'm going to use one hand and it's very complicated to open jars with just one hand. And I don't want to destroy my work that I've done on the other hand. So, okay, back to business. I will be using a Q-tip and some Pros-aide to lay down a thin layer of glue on the fingertips so the synwax sticks even better onto the skin. I will wait till the glue dries clear. Then I take a little blob of synwax and blend it onto the skin. When I shot this video, it was really warm, so it made the blending a lot easier than usual, a lot quicker, but still do take your time with this. There's no rush. Just blending it with your fingers and the spatula. Some fat dipped in Vasaline, of course, otherwise it will stick to your tools. You don't want that. Checking it from all angles. Can I move it? Yes. Don't forget the sides. Like that. Tiny bit more. So once I'm happy with that, I will take some setting powder from Mehron and a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I will remove the shine. Then I will repeat the same process on another part of my finger. Thin layer of Pros-aide, wait till it dries clear, synwax, and blending it. This tiny spatula comes in handy. Also the fingernails. Long-lived gel nails. You can use them as tools as well. How did I come to this look? Very simple. I was being a clumsy girl again, and I had a one of those mason jar mugs. How do you call it, like that? That are filled with some beverage, and I was on my way to get outside and tripped over a piece of how do you say, carpet. It was a bit lifted, so I tripped over it and it completely shattered on the floor, and I was like, what would have happened when I fell into it? How will that look? And that's how it came to this look. Very painful look though, and a very sick mind. That's just me. Sometimes the craziest things have the best inspiration, doesn't it? Okay. Meanwhile, I'm just continuing placing blobs of wax and blending it into the skin. Now you can use as many blobs of wax that you want. I decided to stay kind of subtle. Just a few pieces of glass, Don't want to use too much blood. YouTube won't like that when I do that. So I use my Encore blood palette to slap on some color. And of course, my sponge. I use multiple layers, thin layers of bruised red, bruised purple, some other colors. I'm just building up the color gradually. Take your time with this. Just dabbing it on there, around it. And again, you can make it as gruesome as you'd like. Just dabbing it. That's a long silence, I'm sorry. I have no idea what I'm doing off camera. Okay, just some more dabbing. Just wiggle your sponge around the wounds. See, some nice skin irritation is happening. Off camera it's more obvious than on camera. So look into if you find many times to see how it looks on screen. Some more dabbing, some more colors. Now it's getting more obvious on the camera. Then it's time for some tweezers and the pieces of plastic. From now on, I will call them pieces of glass. I have to say it again, it's not real glass, it's plastic. I push it into the wax and see how it looks. Just play around a bit with the pieces, how you want them, how many you want them. It's all a creative process and you can do what you want with it. I do love my tweezers, they're so cool. I love the color. So that one is going to place like so. Just pushing it into the wax. Now if you want them to stick a bit better, you can use of course a bit of Pros-aide on the edges and then wait till it dries clear and then you push it into the wax, but I chose not to. Picking out a nice piece of glass like that. Now it's too big, so take another one. I cut way too many pieces, but I don't throw them away. I just take a little cup with a lid on it, and then I put them into my SFX kit. So when someone has a request that they want a wound like that, I have everything ready. So don't throw the excess away. It just keep them for the next time. Always comes in handy. I've got all these little kind of jars with little pieces of glass, little pieces of boils. I got a little jar that's filled with maggots, fake maggots of course, and some worms. Anyway, back to what we're doing right now. I'm taking a little flat brush and I take some blood color from the Encore blood palette and lay down some more colors into the wound and around it. Just playing around with it. Smudge it. that. Then of course I take my favorite blood from Mouldlife, aged blood. I just love this blood. I love how it looks on camera. It's not too opaque, it's not too translucent, it's perfect. Especially for little projects like this. So I'll lay down some blood and I take an old brush and move the blood around for more realistic blood flow. And again, you can use as much blood as you'd like. Since this is YouTube, I have to be, you know, be careful with it. Don't want to offend anyone. Use my mascara one that I filled with blood and make some scrapes. And of course, my baby wipe for some smudging. And well, that's it really for this painful small look for this week. See you next time.